I'm Marissa Faye, and it has been a minute since I have shared about how I got here to being a specialist in women's hormone health and gut health, and frankly, all the hard poop that I've been through. So here's part one of my journey. So growing up, I grew up in a house that had a lot of stress and a lot of toxin exposure, and that definitely impacted my body. And it was pretty noticeable as a teenager that my metabolism was not in a good place. I was quite large for somebody my age, and also had a lot of disordered eating and body image things going on in addition to all of these stressors. And, by the time I got to about 20, I was like, I'm over this. I'm done with it. I'm taking my health into my hands, which at that time meant I was going to do a lot of cardio and eat 1,200 calories. 1,200 calories was putting my body into starvation and was way, way too little, especially for as much cardio as I was doing and all the stressors I was dealing with. But what ended up happening as I was kind of going through my early 20s was I started to deal with super intense bouts of fatigue and brain fog, so much so that I'd be staring at the clock at work and be counting down the hours until I could go lay down. I also really had a metabolism that just stalled, right? And what I mean by that is I had cold hands and feet, and my clothes were uncomfortable, and I could tell that my body was not happy. So of course I did what most of us do as a first step, and I sought out guidance from a doctor. And that really began my process of trying out different doctors and specialists and nutritionists and acupuncturists and a naturopathic doctor and all of these different kinds of providers, right? Both Western medicine and more kind of functionally driven. And the problem was that everybody was approaching my health issues actually in the same way. They all wanted to give me a pill or a one solution and said that that was going to fix the problem. And the problem is that almost never is the answer for those types of symptoms that I described. Almost never will the answer be one thing. It's not about just not eating one food or just exercising a certain amount or just taking a supplement. It's so much more than that. And I really learned that when I went through my own training to become board certified in holistic nutrition and read and interpret functional lab work and work one-on-one with clients all over the world to help them with their hormone and gut issues. Because going through that training is what actually taught me what I really needed to do. And frankly, I did what a lot of us do, which is research online and think that we get the answers. I tried and failed at so many different approaches I had learned about, saying that it was going to heal my hypothyroidism or reverse my PCOS symptoms or make all of the symptoms I described so much better. And none of them really did that until I went through my training and started implementing what I learned. So really, I just want to share that you can go from feeling that crappy, and if you are feeling that crappy right now, I feel you, I've been there, to what my life is like now, which is that I have great steady energy. I fit into my clothes easily. You can see I've got great hair, good skin. These are all signs that what's going on the inside is working for you. And I've really focused on my gut health and nutrient absorption and making sure that I'm really mindful of things that my body is exposed to so that I'm not basically dysregulating my hormones and making myself feel worse.